Hey, welcome to your Sagittarius horoscopes for the week of the 10th through the 16th of December, which means there are some birthdays this week. Happy birthday to all of you who are celebrating a birthday this week. It is still Sagittarius season after all. Actually, this is the last full week, really, of Sagittarius season because we are moving into Capricorn season pretty quick here. Probably towards the end of next week, I would assume, because we still have a few more degrees to go. But yes, it is almost the winter solstice or the summer one, depending on where you are in the world. Because it's opposite the north and the south there. We are opposite a little bit. Still have Mars, still has the sun, of course, in Sagittarius, and actually not lining up in too many difficulties either. We do still continue to have a square between the sun and Neptune going on here, which is the sun and Mars are both focused on long-term goals. So this is putting all of your energy into your long-term goals, which I think you Sagittarians are just so incredibly good at. I mean, when you are focused, you are focused. And you put a tremendous amount of energy into that focus, which is amazing. Long-term goals, this is the best time to be really focused on your long-term goals. I mean, we only have about 3 more weeks of the year left, and we're done with 2023. Now is definitely the time to be putting energy into your goals for 2024, for sure. And let's talk a little bit about goals. Sagittarians are not necessarily known goal setters. I mean, usually when you talk about uber structured people, we're normally talking about the earth signs there. But believe it or not, Sagittarians are pretty darn as flexible as they can be, and in some cases easily distracted. They are also immensely focused individuals when they want to be. So this is a perfect time, really, to be putting that energy into your long-term goals, specifically your goals for 2024. It has been proven to me over and over and over again, because I never was a goal-oriented person. I never, ever was the type of person that scheduled my life. When I started actually entertaining the idea of doing that, I realized that nothing was getting done without goals happening first, because there's nothing for you to keep on track with. And so you just kind of, the goals just kind of sort of fall by the wayside. So this really is a good time to be focused on that. The sun square with Neptune is really focused on self, and Neptune is the intuitive planet. It also represents very deep-seated emotional stuff. And really, this square is representing how you get in your own way when it comes down to it. We block our intuition and we don't listen to it. That's how we get in our own way. We come up with an excuse, a million excuses as to why it's not going to work because it didn't work before. That's how we're getting in our own way. Well, we come up with a million excuses no matter what, whether it's, other people because you've done it before, because blah, 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 blah. We sometimes can be walking around with bags and bags and bags of excuses. So I feel like this is less of a challenge and more of a reminder to not let your fear make decisions. That's what excuses are. It always comes down to fear. What are you afraid of that is going to happen? And a lot of times, believe it or not, fear of success is a real thing. We haven't experienced it before. We don't know what that looks like. And it is a scary thing because we don't know what that looks like. So it's okay to have a fear of success. What's not okay is to allow it to continue to hold you back from doing what it is that you want to do or what it is that you love to do, if that makes sense. Mars, on the other hand, is pretty much not really interacting with any planets this week. It's kind of there, just standing on its own, doing its thing until the very end of the week when it moves into a sextile with the moon, which is actually a very helpful aspect. It's almost like, especially because the moon is really focused on two things. Focus on your support system, but it's also focused on some inner trauma, some old stuff that's continuing to bother you. And I feel like it's that stuff and the release of that stuff that really gives a deeper meaning to what you're doing, to why setting these goals is so important to you. I think with human beings in general, the biggest problem that we have is getting out of our own way and not blaming other people because we're not succeeding, and not blaming the world or the economy or the current president or whatever. I mean, we come up with all kinds of different people to blame, okay? The bottom line is that I feel like this is one of those momentous moments where you realize that it really is down to you, and that is scary, yes, but the good thing about that is that boom, all of a sudden it is completely in your control. And while that's nerve-wracking because now you're in the spotlight, it's also wonderful because it means that if you succeed, it's because of what you put into it. And if you fail, it's because of what you put into it. It all comes down to you. Yes, that is an uncomfortable place to be. And I think that that's why, as human beings, we are so quick to point the finger at everybody else for the problem because we don't want to admit that we're the problem. But that honestly, taking that responsibility makes a huge difference. Suddenly, it is all in your power. It is in your gift. It is in your hands. All you have to do is put in the work in order to achieve that. So that's what I have for you guys this week. If you love your horoscopes, do consider sending a tip or donation through my coffee link down there in the description. I really appreciate that. I really do enjoy the tips. You guys are amazing and wonderful, and I love you so much. There's also another link in the description directly after that, as I am offering a 25% discount for every single hour long reading that I that is ordered this month. My brain just went, didn't want to work for a second. Normally this is a discount that only my VIP members get, but this month everybody gets this discount, at least one. In fact, I think I set it up so that you can actually order multiple readings at that 25% discount. So if you want to connect to 3 different people 3 different times, you get the discount every single time. The promo code is right there in the description. Click the link, put the promo code in there, schedule your appointment, easy peasy. I'm Melissa Bruce, Heavy Metal Psychic. Thank you so much for watching. I will see you guys next week. And in the meantime, you guys are awesome. I love my Sagittarian friends. You guys are so awesome. You can do this. Make it a great week. And I will see you guys next week.